Hey y'all, Krista Smith here. I am super excited today to finally be doing an at-home beauty treatment. I used to do these kinds of things all the time when I was in high school and middle school, and then, after college and marriage and career and raising kids. I really haven't done anything like this for so many years, but we're gonna go ahead and try it. So what we're doing today is my own eyelash lift perm, and I'm gonna do at the same time an eyebrow lift perm, and then also I got some eyelash tint. And so I'm gonna see what it's like just to do all of these things at the same time. It might be counterindicated, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I am not saying that any of you should try this. You have to do this at your own risk. I am not a professional, and I am not by any means saying that people who are not professionals should do this. So please, don't say that I had you poke your eye out. My one primary goal is to not blind myself, and I think I can do that. All right, so let's get started. I'm not wearing any makeup. I took some really close up before pictures so that you all can see the before and after. My first step is to cleanse. I do have this little set that I will show you. So I'm going to take a cotton ball and I'm going to do one eye at a time. We'll start with my left eye. And I've got this little tiny thing of cleanser. Gonna cleanse my eyelash and my eyebrow because I'm going to do these things both at the same time. My theory is it's a lot more efficient just to do all this stuff together because the processes actually are all pretty similar and you use a lot of the same tools and ingredients. I figured why not just do it all together. All right, so I have studied the instructions. I actually have them over here on an iPad in case I need to look at them, which I absolutely will. And I have watched a few other videos on YouTube, and so I have researched and studied. The first thing that we're going to have to do for the eyelashes is to glue down these little curl forms, because these are what are going to, if you were doing a hair permanent, these would be what the rollers are. But essentially these are going to go up on, and we're only going to do one at a time, so this is going to go up on the eye, and then we're going to wrap the lashes up so that we can then do the perm. The other thing that I have done is that I have set up 6 different little rectangular plastic wraps that I have cut, because all of the instructions for the brow perm, the eyelash lift, and then also for the color want you to put the plastic wrap over the top. So the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and pop some glue on the little holder, or on the little curler. This is the glue. And I think it's important to let it sit for a second. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the glue on here. This is eventually the same glue that we're going to use to glue the eyelashes up and to glue the eyebrows up. Ooh, you know what? Something that I forgot is that we've got to put these, ooh, I got a little fuzzy in it. We've got to put these little, I'm going to let this sit for a second because I think actually it works better if it sits for a second. That's what other YouTubers have said, is that I need to put these little pads underneath my eyes to hold the lower lashes down and to protect the skin from underneath. So these are kind of cool little sticky, it has a little sticky back on it. I wonder if you're supposed to put them, there's a wide end and a narrow end. I guess I'll put the wide end on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to affix those. Okay, these little pads, they're not sticky, they just are kind of shiny on the other side, so you just kind of rest it here. I do know that it's really important not to get it so close when you're trying to hold down your lower lashes that it would hurt your actual eye, because that would be really bad. The other trusty thing that I have going on here is, of course, my mirror. So I'm going to now stick this. Okay, there we go. I got it stuck on there. I absolutely cannot get this thing to stick, so I'm just gonna be super careful. I don't know, I'll try. Ooh, that looks good. I look kind of like a boxer, huh? Okay, so that thing seems pretty stuck on there. That looks awesome. I look awesome. Okay. It doesn't hurt or anything. It just feels a little awkward. Okay, so then the first thing is it goes glue, perm, fix. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the glue on right up here so that we can glue the lashes up. Okay, I've got them all stuck on there. I paid a lot of attention to try to get the inner and the outer to make sure that they're all stuck on there. I used this little tiny comb to comb them up. And so the next step is to put on the perm solution. The little sticky thing under the eye was just getting in my way, so I've just been really careful not to get anything under there. Okay, now I'm going to use this little perm solution with this little teensy tiny brush thing that they have, and I'm going to put that all over up here. Okay, I have all of these carefully saturated with the perm solution. It's funny, it smells exactly like the perm solution from the 80s, so I guess it's the same stuff. Now I'm going to take one of my pre-cut little plastics and I'm going to put it over the top. Okay, I have plastic wrap over the top. Now I'm going to start working on my brows. The first step on my brows is to cleanse, which I've already done. The next step is to put Vaseline. I'm going to use Theraplex, which is kind of just like a fancy little Vaseline, to put that around the skin around your brows so that obviously you don't get any more skin in the zone of irritation than necessary. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same glue and I'm going to put it on my eyebrows. And then I'm going to use it, I'm going to comb up, I'm going to use a bunch of the little spoolies that the kit came with to comb those up so that they're in nice lifted format. And I'm going to comb these up with that glue on there so that they're in nice lifted way before I put the perm solution on them for 10 minutes. I'm going to add a little bit more glue here. Okay, eyelashes still cooking. I've got these brushed up. Now I'm going to put the perm solution on those. Perm solution's on. Now I'm going to put the plastic wrap over the brow. Okay, plastic wrap over the brow. That's got to go for 10 minutes. And then I've got another few minutes left on the eyelashes, and then we will put on the next solution, which is the fixation solution. Okay, we are right at time with that, and now I'm going to do the fixing agent on the eyelashes. I've got to brush off the perm solution, and then I've got to put on the fixing agent. So that will be my next step. Okay, perm solution brushed off, and now goes the little fixing agent. I'm going to use a clean one of these little teensy tiny brushes and pop that on there. Then I've got to cover back up, on for another 12 minutes. Fixing agent on, going to cover up with the little plastic wrap. Plastic wrap is on, and it's almost time to start looking at those brows. Okay, time to take the plastic off of the brows and put the fixing agent on, so I'll do that. Okay, I brushed out the perm solution on the brow, and now I'm going to put the little fixing agent on it. I'll hold my mirror up so you can see me doing this. I'm kind of glopping it on there. I think it's definitely important to get enough. I don't know exactly the chemical process of each one of these things, but I know one is a neutralizer, and so you certainly wouldn't want to not get enough of the neutralizer on there. It seems like the perm solution softens the hairs, and it's a lot easier to get them to go exactly in the direction you want to after that perm solution has sat on them. Just putting plenty of this fixation, getting all those hairs going in the exact right direction. Then I'm going to pop more of that plastic wrap right over this situation. Okay, lashes are ready to come off. I've got to take this off and then cleanse them. I've got the pad off and I've been trying to cleanse. It's not clear to me how to get them entirely cleansed. One thing that I know that's super important is that we don't get it wet. for 24 hours after. The instructions don't say that, but you can't get it wet for 24 hours, just the same way in the old-fashioned perms. I can tell that my eyelashes are curled up. I'm gonna try to brush through them now with the little spoolie. And then I'm going to put some tint on them because I want to do all this process at one time so that when my lashes and brows are done, I'm done with all of it. And then I'm going to pop that tint on there. Okay, so for my tint, and I can't forget about my eyebrows. This is multitasking, you guys. Actually, I think I better do the eyebrow first. So the eyebrow is done. You can see kind of how this one's up like that. And so now I need to scrape the eyebrow stuff off too. I'm using their little cleanser to get that off. The final step on the brows is to apply the nourishment oil. So I'm going to make sure that I get as much of that stuff off as humanly possible again. And then for that, I will apply the nourishment oil after we do the eyelash tint. So for the eyelash tint, it comes with these two things, and I'm supposed to mix them 1 part to 1 part and then just brush it on the eyelash for 15 minutes. And it sounds like that's it. So I'm gonna get those mixed together. It comes with a little tiny cup that I'm supposed to use to mix. So I will do that, and then I will work to get that tint on. With the tint, I squeezed 1 part of the developer and 1 part of the color. I'm supposed to be black, and it certainly doesn't look black now, but maybe it'll turn black. I'm gonna stir it up with this little tiny red thing that they gave me. I think that the tubes that they gave me will last an entire lifetime. It never turned black, so that's kind of interesting. And then I'm going to take this little microscopic eyelash wand and of course my magnifying mirror, and I'm going to brush this on. It's on there. Guys, I don't know how this is going to turn my eyelashes black since it's not black. I really don't understand. That is beyond my understanding. For now, I'm only going to do it on the top. I might as well get the top. I always put mascara on the top of my lashes, so I guess I should put this stuff on there too. All right, well, that's on there, so I guess we'll see. I don't know. Okay, 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna start the other eye. Okay, I've got the other eye done. I've got the tint on this other eye, and then my eyebrows finishing up, and I will get everything cleaned up, and then I will come back and let you know what I thought. Okay, I'm basically finished up. I have a lot of reflections. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be. My biggest problem is that I had a hard time getting the little forms on my eyelids to stick very well. Somebody had mentioned that it's important to get a kit that talks about having really good glue, and I didn't do that. And so probably I would recommend going back and getting a kit with good glue, or getting the glue separately for a glue that sticks really well. So it was hard to get the form stuck to my eyelid, and then it was hard to get the eyelashes stuck to the form itself. Thankfully, it seems like you don't need to be that precise, and the early results seem to be fairly good. The tint results are outstanding. I don't have any mascara on right now, and I can see a whole lot of lashes. They're definitely curled up. My eyebrows are all pointing in the right direction, and so I think overall it's good, but I can say that maybe it was a little bit ambitious for me to think that I could do all the eyelashes, the eyebrows, and the tint all at once, given that it was my very first time with any one of those things. I will get everything cleaned up and do one last final reflection, and that will be that. Hey guys, checking in. It's the next day, and it's been almost 24 hours, not a full 24 hours, since I did the brow lift, the eyelash tint, and the eyelash curl, or the eyelash lift. And I can say that when I woke up this morning, I sleep with an eye mask, which I absolutely love. The eyelashes were all smushed in funny places because they're curled up and were different. And I'm still in that weird period of time where I'm not supposed to be getting them wet because it's within 24 hours. But I was able to kind of shape them out and brush them out. I'm not wearing any eye makeup right now. I can say that on my left eye, I got a few of the lashes curled so much that they do occasionally rub up here. Not rub, but like they just kind of flutter touch it. And it feels a little bit sometimes like I've got a fuzzy up there. My guess is that that'll relax a little bit. It's not a huge deal. I have to say that when I looked at the before and after pictures, and I've noticed not wearing any eye makeup at all, how much more defined my eyes and my eyebrows look and how easy that is, that I am pretty much loving the results. So I'll be watching for how long they last and also studying how to get better at that eyelash curling technique. But overall, I'm gonna call it a success. Thanks for sticking with me. Let me know what you have tried and if you have any tips for me. And as always, what else you would like to hear us talk about on this channel. Thanks and have a great week.